I keep harping on that only because I need to know what's one of the hardest lessons you've had to learn being in the business?
Hardest lessons. It's a great question. I think there's a lot of it. I think kind of the comparison is the thief of joy is what I'll go with. I think that's the hardest lesson I had to learn because, you know, obviously you're not entitled to anything, especially in wrestling. You can work your ass off, but everybody who's doing this is working their asses off.
Yep.
And I think sometimes it's hard to step out of your own shoes and realize that you're not always the main character. And, in your life, you are. So that's a hard thing to kind of, that's a hard thing to kind of dissociate from. But yeah, I think especially early on or halfway through, the career, 5, 6 years in, you really start to nail things down and you're starting to get a good understanding of who you are and you're getting your reps in and you kind of feel like, oh, okay, like I'm hitting another level. So where is all the good stuff? And it's like, well, that's not how it works. You don't just put in your time. Guys do this 10, 15 years and maybe they stay at the same level they always did and they wrap their career up. There's nothing wrong with that by any means. But anybody who gets into this is, you know, I I think it's safe to say is hoping for more. You want this to feed your family. You want this to pay your bills. You want this to be your 9 to 5, because it's something you love. And if you're able to do that, I mean, that's the dream, right? But at the same time, there is that harsh reality of there's a lot of people doing this, and a lot of it's going to break down to right place, right time, and that's just the way it is. So I think that that comparison is the thief of joy. Seeing other people, maybe get signed or get a big opportunity. And there's a lot of times where I would see that and I'd kind of, why are they getting that opportunity? Why didn't I get that opportunity? And it's like that toxic little voice in the back of your head that you can't pay any attention to. And realizing that is, that's a personal growth thing too, of being like, nah, be happy for these guys and girls who are doing this. They're getting the opportunity. Who cares why? They clearly did something that earned them that. It wasn't handed to them. So be happy for people who are getting opportunities and just keep working to get your own.
Yeah, that was something I had learned